I'm pretty sure that Konami's announcement of the TurboGrafx Mini is something that caught a lot of people by surprise, especially considering the fact that the first time it was released back in the mid to late 80s, it pretty much, it was considered a flop, mainly due to the fact that you had, the NES, which was super popular. Also, Sega came out with the Master System and the Sega Genesis during that time period, and it was more superior as far as quality is concerned because it offered 16-bit gameplay. Now, the TurboGrafx-16, also known as the PC Engine, when it came out, it was marketed as a 16-bit platform, but it had 8-bit gameplay, and this was something that was manufactured by NEC Home Electronics and designed by Hudson Soft, and basically, as far as pricing was concerned, a lot of people thought the pricing for the TurboGrafx-16 was unreasonable. When it first appeared in retail, like American retail, it was somewhere around the ballpark of $250. It jumped to $300, then went back to $250 before ultimately dropping down to $200 in the early 90s. And, obviously it didn't sell as much because the quality of gaming had improved in the early 90s with the release of the Super NES. You also had the Sega Genesis, and then in 1994 the PS1 came out, and that just so happened to be the same year that the TurboGrafx-16 was ultimately discontinued. So as far as the price for the TurboGrafx-16 Mini is concerned, we have no idea what the price is going to be, but hopefully Konami decides to set it at a reasonable price when it comes out either later in 2019 or early 2020. Hopefully, later in 2019. As far as games are concerned, the only games that we know that's going to be on the TurboGrafx-16 Mini is R-Type, New Adventure Island, Ninja Spirit, Wise, Book 1 and 2, Dungeon Explorer, and Alien Crush. And now the games I just mentioned, the titles are probably the most familiar to many people are both R-Type and Alien Crush. And basically, as far as how many games are going to be on the TurboGrafx-16 Mini is concerned, we still have no idea how many games are going to be up there. And it's going to be interesting to see, what Konami brings to the TurboGrafx-16 Mini. And it's going to be interesting to see how well it does this time around in relation to sales in America.